Welcome to Food, Faith, and Family. Today I am so excited to be cooking one of my favorite dish, curry chicken. So today the mystery ingredients is going to be curry. I hope you all enjoy the last episode. I'm excited about this episode, and I hope you will as well. I want to thank the Lord Jesus Christ for enabling us again to come together to make some delicious meal. God has been good to us, hasn't He? During all of this, we can say, God is a good God. We worship Him. We glorify Him. Before we go any further, let's just bow our heads in prayer. Father, we thank you for this opportunity. We thank you for your love. We thank you for your mercies. God, they are new every morning. Great is thy faithfulness. We thank you that we can rely on you. And as we come together in this fashion, oh God, we ask you to bless all of the viewers at this time. We pray that the blessings of God will rest upon them as we continue to work together. Lord, we praise and worship you together right now. Bless us, Father. In Jesus' name we pray. Amen. So today, the mystery ingredients is curry. So we're going to start with our curry chicken. We're going to be making curry chicken. For curry chicken, I got potatoes, onions, scotch bonnet, carrots, curry, of course, ginger, cornstarch, thyme. Okay, so that's for our curry. And then for the rice and peas, we're going to call it rice and gungo. In Jamaica, we typically plant these. We plant this here, and most of the time we can cook it. We get it off the tree fresh, and sometimes if we have too much, then we dry it. That way it lasts longer. So there are multiple ways that you can get it. You can get it frozen, or you can get it fresh, or you can get it dried. So for this purpose today, we're going to be using the frozen. Got my rice here, butter, garlic, allspice. Allspice is very, very important in the Jamaican cuisine. It's one of the main ingredients in jerk spice, allspice, and Scotch bonnet. So when you're making your rice and peas, you have to use green pepper. It's not authentic if you're not using green pepper, and also coconut milk. And today I feel a little bit ambitious. My brother went to Florida and he brought me back some coconut. He brought me back some dry coconut. It brings me back to my childhood, memory growing up when we used to climb the coconut tree, go hunt, look for coconut and bring it home and peel it and make our Sunday dinner. So this is authentic. This is going to be an authentic rice and gungo peas or rice and pigeon peas. It's the same thing. This is what it's going to look like when we finish, get it out of here. Okay, so that's for our rice and gungo peas. And then here I'm going to be doing some saute cabbage or steamed cabbage. Got my cabbage already nicely julienne here, and I have peppers, carrots, onion. Okay, and we want to make a more like a vegetarian option. So I'm going to be doing a curry chickpea stew with all these beautiful vegetables over here, and I'm going to serve that with a cauliflower rice. So that's the menu for today. So let's get going here. I want to start the chicken, then we come back to peeling the coconut. So I want to start the chicken, and I want to start I want to start the chicken first, and then we come back to the next dish. All right, now it's time to get this chicken rolling. So let's get the flame on. Let's get some heat going here, nice and hot. I have another pan over here. I'll explain to you what is this for. All right, so typically when you're making, if you're using curry or using saffron, you want to make sure you burn it. What do I mean by burning it? It means by kind of heat it up in a little bit of oil so that the flavor releases. Okay, so we're gonna get this pan here at a moderate heat, not too hot, because the curry will burn and it won't taste good. Okay, so about 3 tablespoons of oil. I'm gonna be add the curry over here. Okay. Now there are different curries out there. My favorite curry is Better Pack, BATAPAC. So if you're looking for curry, there are tons of curries out there, different flavors. You got Indian curry, you got Japanese curry, you got all kinds of curry, and even in Jamaica there are different kinds of curry. But I find that Better Pack is not overly strong, because curry can be very strong. So this one, I think it's moderate for me. So I really like to use this one here. And you just want to make sure that you just move around the curry. Because what you're trying to do, you're not trying to burn it. You're trying to extract in the flavor from it. So when the heat gets to it, it releases the flavor. So you want to make sure that you move it around. You can just take it off the stove and move it around like that. Or you can just use a spoon like this and just kind of move it around and make sure, you could smell the aroma coming from the curry. Now, if you just added the dry curry to the chicken, it's you won't get, you get some flavor, but when you do this, you can smell the curry, the flavor is already extracted already, and now we're going to add it to our chicken over here. Okay, we're going to add it to the chicken, straight in the chicken. Now this chicken is already seasoned. Okay, you can use your favorite season. If you don't want to use anything too special, you can just do salt and pepper in that. But I typically do Adobe or Easy Spice. Easy Spice is a traditional Jamaican spice. So for this case, I have Easy Spice in this one here. It's rich, all natural, no MSG. We stay away from MSG. We don't use that in our kitchen. So the pan is nice and hot. Okay, so I'll let that rest for a little bit. As you can see, I'm not using olive oil. I have an extra virgin olive oil over there. That's a finishing oil. If I'm doing like a quick saute, then I use that. So this one here, I'm just using the regular oil, regular canola oil or corn oil, whichever one you have. So this is nice and hot. Okay, so I'm going to add my chicken here, nice and hot. Okay, now so what I'm trying to do here now, I'm trying to put a sear on the chicken. Now, it's important that when you're cooking your fish or your meat, you sear it. What that does, it locks the juice inside of the meat or the fish or whatever you're searing. So when you eat your chicken, it will be nice and moist. Okay, so right now we're just moving this around. Okay, it's not going to burn, but I want some caramelization on the chicken. So when you cook the chicken, it doesn't look white. It looks nice and seared, and have that nice caramelization on it. It looks good. Now I am going to lower this flame. Okay, I'm going to lower the flame. Okay. A little more. A little medium. Okay. So I'm going to let that sit there for a minute and get some caramelization on it, and then we come back and check it. All right. Now it's time to start our preparation for rice and peas. Our rice and gungo peas, for that matter. Today I felt a little bit ambitious, and I want to do coconut from the fresh state. This is what we typically use in Jamaica. We don't use stuff from the can. That's new for now. But when we were growing up, we're making rice and peas, this is the old way. So I'm making an authentic, traditional Jamaican gungo peas and rice. All right, so we're gonna peel this coconut. This is what it's supposed to look like when we're done. All right, so let's get going. Okay, just gonna. This is really dangerous. Typically, if you're gonna make this, you can also buy this in the store, or you can just buy the stuff in the can, but flavor is not really the same. That's why, you know, whenever I can, I like to, you know, make my rice and beans with this, or rice and peas with this. Now, you can also use kidney beans. Okay, most people use kidney beans. When you go to most restaurants, they don't do it this way. But I kind of like it this way, and I assure you, you can give it a try as well. Now, if you also visit most West Indian stores, most of the time they have these, but they have the younger ones, which that one we typically drink and eat the flesh. But this one is mainly for cooking purposes. You know, there's a dessert that you can make from this. They use coconut milk in typically most of our dishes, pastries. So it's a big thing in the Jamaican cuisine. So I know most of us don't really know, because we've gotten away from authentic cooking. But I love my roots. I was born and raised in Jamaica, and I saw them, my parents, my grandmother, you know, this is what they use. So I'm just, you know, just kind of show you something here new. I think it would be fun. You know, I'm excited about it. I enjoy doing this kind of stuff. So I'm like, let me just show my audience, you know. I love to cook with fresh ingredients, as you can see. Lots of herbs, you know, when I can. Makes a world of a difference. You know, right now I'm just getting this stuff off of here. And this is basically ready to open. All right. So I'm just gonna make an incision here, easy, so I can get the water out of here. Okay. See? There's water in here that I want to drink. When I was growing up, they used to tell us that the only water that washes your heart is coconut water. I don't know how they know that. So I want my heart to be washed. So I want to save. I'm just making a hole in here to get that water out of here. Flesh is very hard. That's exactly what I want. Okay, so this later on, let's put a little ice in here. And that's going to be my little refreshing drink. All natural. Okay, all natural. Take that out of here. Let's get this other one going. Just making a little incision here again. Okay. Okay. Again, you can buy these, especially in the summertime. If you go to any West Indian store, they usually have them, the one with the softer flesh. You can, you know, drink the water, and then you can eat the flesh. This one is a little bit harder, because this is mainly for cooking purposes. If you extract the milk from this, you can make a coconut tart from this. You can make coconut souffle, you know, coconut cream pie, a host of stuff that you can make from this. All right, so right now, I'm gonna break this up, get this going. Let's break it apart. Okay. Be very, very careful if you do this. If you decide to do this, be very careful. So this is very hard, so it will hurt your hand. So I've done this many times. So the more you do it, better you become at it. So right here, this is our, I'm going to be using this. I'm going to cross-utilize this coconut milk. I'm going to be using some in my rice and peas. All right, I'm going to wash these. Make sure you wash them. I'm going to put them over here. Okay. Right now, we're going to take this from the husk. So we're going to get a bread knife. So as you can see, this is a knife that you use to eat. So you're going to hold the tip of the knife, and then you're going to hold the coconut in the palm of your hand like this. And you're going to easily, okay, take that out. I'm going to go fast, but Accuracy is what you want, okay, not speed. I've done this a zillion times, so just be very careful. Make sure you use a knife, a bread knife. It's easy. And this is a great coconut. Okay. Yep. The flavor, when you make it with this, oh my goodness, nothing, it doesn't taste like the canned stuff. That's why I, whenever I can, I buy it in the store. Now, just make sure you get the hard portion off. If there's any, just cut it off. Now, when I was growing up, I didn't have blender. So we have to use the grater to grate this. When I first started in my career, I won't tell you what hotel in Jamaica I started, and all they used to give me to do is to grate the coconut and cut onions. Of course, I wasn't happy about that, but typically they used to do that. I'm going to wash this off right now. Try to get all that hard part of it. Okay, so we're going to wash this really good over here. And I'm just going to peek on my chicken. Looks good. Yep. Exactly what I'm looking for. All right. So for the coconut, I got a blender here. Okay. So we're gonna break these in small pieces. Okay. Small pieces. Right in the blender here. Okay. We're gonna make our coconut milk from scratch. The flavor profile is gonna be amazing. I mean, you can do coconut in your curry shrimp. Man, we curry everything. Curry tofu. All kinds of stuff. Curry crab, curry beef, curry oxtail. You name it. We curry everything. Oh, sorry. So we need a little liquid in here. Okay, as you can see, this is hard. So I have my water here. I'm going to add about a cup of water, so 2 cups of water, just to kind of loosen it up a little bit, and then we'll see where we go from there. So right here, I got my Ninja ready to go. All right, blend it up. I'll be adding a little more water here, give it some more moisture. Still a little chunky. Okay, a little more water. Now, you don't want to put too much water in here, okay? Because you're trying to get the flavor here. Yes, this is done. All right, as you can see right here, let me get this dirty stuff out of here. As you can see right here, all right, you let this stay over here. That's for later. All right. This one. So, this is what it looks like. See this? This is nice. Now, if I was going to use this in dessert, I would like a coconut pie or something like that, coconut cream pie. I would just use it as it is. I wouldn't strain it off or anything. I would just leave the whole thing in here, the juice and everything. But for right now, the purpose of this, I just want the juice. And also, I'm going to save the trash here. Yes. I'm going to make something out of this. I'm not going to throw it away. Okay. So you see, I'm just squeezing the water out of here. I got a nice, strong strainer here. I'm just pushing this thing through and get all the liquid out of it. Look at the liquid, nice and rich. Okay? Now, when you use this, you don't have to use a whole lot. Typically, when you use the ones in the can, it doesn't really have much flavor, so you have to use a lot. Okay? Pushing this through here. All right? Things are not cheap. Things are expensive, so I'm going to show you how to get everything out of here. I got a bowl over here. I'm going to add this to it. I'm going to add a little more water. Okay? I want everything out of it. A little more water here. I'm going to add this back to this. Let's get this knife over here. Add it to here so I want everything out of here. You see what I have to go through to get my coconut milk? You'd want everything out of it, right? Of course. It's fun. It should be fun. All right, we got a little bit over here. I'm going to add a little water, get everything out of here, okay? Just a little bit. So dump it in. Just like that. Okay? And we're going to add this here. See, we got a little bit more here, right? As you can see, just a little bit, not too much. So I'm going to do the same thing. Okay? Squeeze it out of here. Yes. Okay, that's good. I get my money's worth. Okay, let's put this over here. Let's wash my hand off. Give my chicken a quick stirry. Wow, that looks great. All right, we'll be showing you that in a minute. Okay, we're making a full course here. Okay, coconut's ready. This I'm going to reserve this for something else. Let's get this over here. Okay, let's clean up here a little bit. Okay, so this is going to be for the rice and peas. Okay, thyme. I want to show you a little trick with the thyme. Now, when I make thyme, I put thyme in my rice and peas. I don't like to just throw it in like that, because then you have to search through it when it's cooked and you're eating like a whole piece of thyme. That's just not edible. That's not good for your guests. So what I found out, leave the thyme whole, and I use butcher's twine. Butcher's twine you can get at your hardware store. It's something that we use for trusting. We use it to tie like meats. If we making like roulade, stuff like that, we want to roast something, we want to tie it, then we use this. So you can get it from your hardware store or any cooking store. So what I usually do, I just tie it. Okay, I tie it like this. So once the rice is cooked, I just take it right out and put it in the trash and don't have to worry about that. So you should try that. So we're going to use some of that for here, and I'm going to be using some for my chicken. So I'm going to do it at the same time. Okay, and as you can see as well, I have green onions. It's going to be for the rice and peas. I'm going to leave it whole like that because I want to get that flavor into it, but I don't want to cook the scallion chopped up inside of it. So I want to just throw it in whole so I can get that nice, onion flavor from that as well. And then here I have garlic as well. So, and allspice. So we're going to take this over to the stove, and I'm going to show you what we have going on over there. Okay, when you see that nice caramelization on it that I was talking about? That's what I'm looking for. I don't like my chicken white. I want to have some color on the chicken. Okay, so right now I'm going to add my some garlic and onions right here. Garlic. I didn't want to add the garlic and the onion before because it would burn, because I wanted to get some more caramelization on the chicken. So I didn't want this to get burned. So now I can add my onions, making a curry chicken here. Okay. I'm going to turn this up a little bit. Turn it flame up a little. Okay. Stir it out around. Crank it up a little bit. Okay, I'm gonna add some ginger. Just a little ginger. Let's give it a nice zing. Okay. So right now I'm just extracting that ginger flavor into the chicken. You can smell the aroma coming from the garlic and the fresh ginger. All about the freshness, and the onion gonna add more flavor to this. Just gets that flavor releases from the onion. The aroma that comes from here, the burst of flavor that I'm smelling. I know it's gonna be delicious. Smells really good. With that nice curry flavor as well. Okay, you want to be careful now. You don't want to burn your onions. So right now the onion is where I want it to be. It's nice and translucent. So I'm going to bring my flame back to medium. Remember that we said it's not the heat that cooked the food. I'm sorry, it's not the flame. It's the heat, right? So you want to make sure you maintain a moderate temperature so you don't overcook your food. All right, so the next thing I'm going to do, I'm going to get the coconut milk that we just made. I'm going to cross-utilize that. Grab that. Okay, this coconut milk is nice and rich. You really don't need a whole lot. Okay, so I'm going to add about a cup and a half or so straight to our chicken. Okay, I'm going to let this rest over here. I'm going to add the thyme. As you see, the thyme, we're going to add it right straight in the chicken. I want to make sure that when you put the thyme, I want to take you over here. If you do the thyme like this, make sure you push the thyme down, all the way down. Okay, so that flavor goes into your juice and into your chicken, and the sauce right here. Okay. Now, I don't want to just have straight coconut. I want to add a little bit of water. I usually add a little bit of chicken stock to this. So chicken stock infuse more flavor. All about flavor when you do that, just a little bit. Remember, there's already liquid, our moisture in the chicken. So when you cook the chicken, it's going to release. So if you put too much water in here, it's going to you're going to ruin the flavor. You're trying to maintain a good flavor profile, so you don't want to put too much water. If anything, you want to add a little bit of chicken stock, for that matter. That works well. Okay, so we're gonna cover this. All right, so let's talk about the next one, the next dish. Next dish we're gonna be making is our curry chickpea stew with vegetables. Here we got chickpea, sugar snap pea, not snow, sugar snap pea. You get this now. It's a good summer vegetables. You could use this if you're making a baked chicken or a roast chicken. You make a nice, like a reduction. You can garnish this with your chicken. Here we got some fresh garlic, Brussels sprouts. We're gonna serve this on the side. Even though the whole dish is composed with vegetables, I want to have, I want my dish to have character. Look at this. This is Brussels sprouts. I mean, who eat Brussels sprouts? What is that? It's good to incorporate other vegetables in your diet. So I decided, I'm going to go outside the box, and I'm going to bring some stuff, introduce you guys to some vegetables that perhaps many of you have maybe never tried it, and you just saw it. It's like a baby cabbage. It tends to have a bitter flavor. So if you want to cut that flavor, that bitterness from this, you can add a little maple flavor to it, or you can add like a lavender honey or a blueberry honey to this. This will cut the flavor and give you that bitter sweetness to it. So that's a good way to utilize that, instead of just boiling this and don't add flavor. You want to infuse flavor in especially foods that doesn't have that pleasant flavor when you taste it. So you want to make sure that you add something to it that would complement the flavor, right? It's all about how you put the ingredients together. Most people would say they don't eat certain things because of the way it's been prepared, all right? So that's our vegetable going to be on the side. I got some onions here, got some tomatoes, I got some fresh corn here. I bought some corn and I cut it off. So this is going to add a little sweetness to our stew. Okay, and I'll show you how to apply all of that. Here I got some fresh thyme. I love to cook with thyme, one of my favorite herbs. Okay, I got some diced peppers here. You can see that, nice, colorful. I was very intentional when I'm thinking I want my stew to be nice and colorful. And when you see it, it's like, wow, is that vegetarian? Yeah, vegetarian food doesn't have to be boring. You see, I'm putting my flavors here. I'm adding flavor. I want to add flavor because if you don't add flavor to your food, it's going to be boring and nobody wants it. It doesn't look good, doesn't look appealing. But even if you're not a vegetarian and you combine the right ingredients together with the right contrast, the right flavor profile, you probably want to turn vegetarian because it's like, wow, I didn't know that. But you have to be intentional. Okay, here I got some baby kale, carrots, butternut squash, right? There are tons of vegetables. You could also do like a root vegetable stew as well, right? There's tons of stuff. I got some potato here, got some parsley and some scallion, and I got some cauliflower. This is all vegetarian, right? This is a full meal. This is well balanced. You can get your protein from here, right? That's why I have the beans. You get your protein from there. No meat, but there's a protein. So we have to look at our sources, what we have, what's out there. Where do I get my protein from? What exactly am I looking to achieve here? I mean, if you want more protein, you can get some tofu, right? You could do like a nice grilled tofu or a nice jerk tofu. You know, that would be very nice with this on the side or just on the top. So there's multiple ways that you can do this. If you don't like curry, you can take the curry out of it. But today, the mystery ingredients is curry, all right? So I'm gonna take you over to the stove and I'm gonna show you how to make a quick curry chickpea stew. I'm excited about this. I'm gonna eat some of this. This looks great already. All right, so I'm gonna take you to the stove and I'm gonna show you what we're gonna do. We're gonna get this stew rolling. Let's go, are you ready? All right, let's do it. All right, it's time to check our chicken. See what it looks like here. All right, let's see what it looks like. Nice, you see it? You see that liquid? This is a good bit of liquid in here. So if you add too much liquid before, then you're gonna have too much water and you're not gonna have flavor. Okay? So we're trying to achieve the flavor here. Okay? I'm gonna be adding my carrot and my potatoes. Okay? The good thing to know, if you're cooking your potato ahead of time, if you're cutting your potato ahead of time, you need to make sure you put it in the water. If you don't, it's going to oxidize, it's going to turn brown. Okay, you don't want that in your food. It's going to, so as you can see, there's water in here, and the potato is nice and white. Okay, it's all about the technique, right? So we're going to be adding our carrots. Okay, I want to show you what it looks like. Okay, so we're going to add in that. Just take a look. Okay, carrots. And we're gonna give it a quick stir. Okay, we're just gonna let it cook until the potato and carrot is nice and tender. Okay. I'm gonna taste the flavor here, okay? As you can see, no double dipping, okay? Not in my kitchen, not in here. Make sure you have your spoon, plastic spoon or whatever. You want to make sure you come over here, all right? Taste the flavor. Now, it's good to cool your food before you taste it. If it's hot, you won't be able to get the flavor out of it. So you want to make sure you cool it because, you know, your tongue, we can talk about that another time with a different portion of your tongue that tastes the food, all right? I could taste the garlic. I could taste the curry. You know, I could taste the ginger. Oh man, I could taste the thyme. So it's a burst of flavor in my mouth. Need a little bit of salt, but we can add that to that when it's finished. You see, it's still cooking. So we'll add a little more salt later on. Okay. So next, we're gonna be touching the rice and peas, or the gungu and rice, and this is gonna be for our chickpea stew. Okay, so what I want to do right now, I want to get this hot while I'm tending to the rice. So when I finish with the rice, I come back over and get that going. We're making dinner. Okay, this looks good. I'm going to taste this right now. I'm going to check the flavor. Salt, make sure you have enough salt in there. Okay, need a little bit more. You got to make sure you taste. If you don't taste your food, I don't want your food. You have to taste. You have to taste, right? How are you going to know what your food tastes like if you don't taste it? I'm nervous when somebody's cooking and they don't taste what they're cooking. How are you going to know what it tastes like? You got to taste your food. You know, some people don't. They cook and they don't taste it. You got to taste it. It's okay. It's good. The flavor is there. I could taste the freshness from the coconut. All right. As you can see, the rice, I already washed my rice. You got to make sure you wash your rice. Some people just take the rice out of the bag and just throw it in the pan. So this is already washed, okay? I washed it ahead of time, okay? So we're going to be adding our rice to our liquid over here. I want to take you close so you can see it, okay? So when you're making rice, the ratio is 2 to 1, right? 1 cup of rice, 2 cups of water, all right? In this case, I have a cup of coconut milk, so that's fine because the coconut flavor. Back in the islands, they said when you make rice, you should always use a fork and stir it. I don't know, that's just how they said it, but I don't think it matters. If you have the ratio of the water correct, that's what matters. And also you got to remember when you're making rice that there are different grains, different cut of rice. So for instance, a jasmine rice, you want to be very careful. This is a jasmine rice here. So jasmine rice is cooked very quick. And if you put a lot of water in there, you're going to end up having rice porridge. You know, you're going to end up having rice porridge instead of rice and peas. And we don't want no porridge here. We're trying to make rice and peas. So you want to make sure that you get the ratio correct. Now, it's time to reduce the heat, right? Remember, as I always said, this is nice cover. So right now we're going to reduce the heat to very low, okay? This is getting hot, which is great. Okay, so I'm just lowering this. Oh, that's the wrong one. Yeah, that's the right one. Right? We're going to make that cook slow. Same thing with our chicken. You see, I'm cooking everything at once. Boom, boom, boom. Now it's time for our chickpea stew. All right, are you ready? Are you ready for this? Let's go. All right, oil. I could hear the pen singing. Ding, ding. Flavor. It's going to about burst in here. First thing we're going to be adding, onion. All right. Ginger. Garlic. Okay. We're going to let this cook a little bit so we can get some of the flavor releases from the ginger and from the fresh garlic and from the onion. We're going to cook these until they're translucent, until the flavor start to release, not burn, okay? So you want to get that and just shake it up, shake it around, okay? I can already smell the ginger, the garlic, and the onion flavor. Now, reason why I chose thyme to put in here, because this is a stew. Now, thyme goes well when you're making a stew because you want to infuse that flavor into the stew. So rosemary would be also, you know, another element you could use. Not for this because I'm making curry, so I don't want rosemary. But if you're making stew, you want to use like your harder herbs, like like sage, rosemary. Those are good for roasting. Those are good for stewing. Basil is more like a finishing, or if you're making like a salad. Or you're making like a spaghetti sauce and you want to have that nice fresh flavor in there, basil would be good for that, parsley would be good for that, oregano would be good for that, So that's just 101, to know when you're cooking. It's all about how you combine your flavor. It's very important, okay? So as you can see, I'm starting to get a little caramelization here. That's exactly what I'm looking for. I don't want it to be burned, you see? As you can see here, the ginger start to caramelize a little bit. Same thing with the, you could smell it, You shake it around a little bit, and that's good, that's good. That's exactly what I'm looking for, all right? The next thing we're going to add to this, we're going to add our harder vegetables, okay? So as you can see, I have carrots. Carrots are going to take a little bit longer to cook, so I'm going to add my carrots, okay? Get that in there. Chickpea, that's not going to break down. The reason why I use chickpea to stew is because, the reason why I use chickpea to stew is because chickpea, holds up better. It doesn't break down. It doesn't break down, okay? It holds up better. It doesn't break down, so it's good for stewing, okay? So, you got to be intentional. Peppers. This is going to be a quick stew, okay? Shake it. Butternut squash. I'm going to hold these over here for a little bit. Hold those. And hold these over here for a little bit. Okay? So we're going to cook that. I'm going to add the thyme. See, I'm just shaking it. See that? Nice, colorful. Okay? I don't want it to be mushy, so I want to make sure that I control the veggie as I add it. Now, I'm going to be adding a little bit of stock to this. You can add veggie stock or you can add chicken stock, okay? And coconut milk. Don't worry, I'm going to have the curry, okay? I'm going to burn the curry and add it to it. I didn't want to add the curry yet because I wanted to get some flavor from the garlic and from the ginger. So if I had added all of that to here, it would burn my curry, okay? It's all about the technique and the application. So you can easily burn the curry on the side and add it to this, okay? That looks good already. Let's get our spoon over here. As you can see, it's very important that you organize yourself in the kitchen. I have all my utensils here. I'm not running all over the place, okay? Assume I'm not cross-contaminating stuff. You got to be very careful. People are particular about their diet. You know, if somebody doesn't eat pork or somebody's vegetarian and you're mixing the chicken with that kind of stuff, it's important to note that, you know, we have to protect our guests and our customers, right? So, for this matter, all of my viewers. Okay, so this is how you do it. You want to make sure you're very honest with when you're cooking. You make sure that if somebody have a special diet, you know, if the food cross-contaminating each other, don't do that. All right, we try to be very. I cook from my heart again. So whenever I'm cooking, I think of others, not from my head. Cook from the heart. All right, so we're gonna let this cook for a little bit. Yep, I want the temperature to stay high because as you can see, all the vegetables are cold inside here. Add cold stock to this, so it's going to take some time for it to come to a boil, for it to start to break down the vegetables a little bit. So you know, so it's important that you get a high heat here. And once it's come to a boil, then you kind of break the temperature down a little bit to a medium. Okay, so I'm going to come over and I'm going to burn the curry soon. Let's talk about our curry chickpea stew right here. Okay, as I said, we got some curry here. Burn. Just a little bit, you know, you want to make sure that you don't overpower your dish, okay? It needs to be balanced. Everything needs to be balanced, you know, you don't want to taste only the curry. So I'm going to add it slowly to this, okay? Okay, and that's it. You want to get all this stuff out of here, just put a little in here, just shake it out. It's good flavor. So I got the coconut milk in there, I got the ginger, got the garlic, the onion. You can smell that aroma that's coming from the stew. I got the fresh thyme in there. Oh, the burst of flavor. I think we have accomplished what we're looking for here. All right, now it's time to add the rest of the ingredients. I'm going to add my kale to that. Kale to my stew, okay? That's it. So what I'm going to do right now, I'm going to let the kale cook a little bit, you know, until it's just a little soft. Okay, I still want to have that crunch to my my stew. I don't want it to be all mushy. You can see that. You can see the components. Look at that. You see the carrots. You see the chickpea. You see the butternut squash. That's exactly what I'm looking for. I'm looking for a stew. Okay, look at that. Look at the nice contrast, the color. Like I said, it was intentional. Okay, I put a lot of thought into this. It came directly from my heart. Cook from your heart. You see that? Okay. It's okay if you leave the kale a little bit undercooked because remember you can eat kale raw as well. All right? That looks good. So I'm going to add my sugar snap pea to that. Potato, I got a little potato here. So for those who want a little carb, as you can see, I just put a little bit. I don't want a whole lot because I don't want it to be a potato stew, okay? So everything needs to be balanced. Balance. As you can see, I'm lightly tossing everything around. Okay, I don't want to mush anything up. I want each vegetable to have its own character. So when I'm building my dish, you can look at the elements and you can you know, because people eat with the eyes. I've learned that you eat with the eyes. So you want to make sure that your food is appealing, you know, not just throwing it. Look at it. It's just vegetable, but you got to handle it with love. Look at that. All right. We'll add our tomatoes. It's all colorful. Now you can add whatever tomatoes you have. Corn. Okay. And this right here is it's vegetarian. Okay. But I didn't want to just give you a bowl of vegetables. I wanted to give you a complete meal with vegetables. So I decided I want to give you some cauliflower rice. So we have our cauliflower rice. I'm going to show you how to do that next. Okay. So let's check the flavor here. Okay. As you can see, I already used these already to taste. So I won't put it in there. Okay. I'm going to just put a little here so I can taste the juice. I could taste the coconut milk. I could taste the spice from the curry. I could taste a little zing from the ginger. Wow, this is good. Burst of flavor. It's delicious. All right, let's put this over here. I'm gonna let this sit here for a little bit, let it cook. Okay, a little bit more, get some more flavor into it, but it's just about done. All right, let's get this out of here. Okay, make some room over here. I'm ready for chicken. Chicken is ready. Okay, so let's get our slurry going. What a sauce does, it adds it's like an accompaniment to a dish. So if you have a good sauce, you'll have a good dish. All right, that's done. No, don't forget to take the pepper out of here. They almost bite into it. All right, that's done. We're gonna shut that off. Get some more room over here. Okay, that's done. Okay, so rice is done. Cauliflower is done. Oh, right over here. Chickpeas just about done. Everything is just about done. I can't wait to eat. Oh God. I'm excited about this. This looks good. All right, so I'm gonna crank this up. I'm gonna be making the cabbage at the same time. I'm gonna be making the cauliflower rice at the same time. All right, so let's turn this up high. Okay. I'm going to show you each of them. Oh. Okay. All right, so I'm going to get these hot. I got my peppers over here, onions, carrots, cabbage, garlic. Got my garlic here. This is ready. I'm going to shut this off. It's all ready to go. I'm going to put this one over here, get the hot flame. And put this one right here. And put this here. Okay. This one right there. Okay. Let's get this hot. Cook our cabbage here, cook our cauliflower here. So we're going to put some oil in here. Well, for this one, I'm going to do olive oil. Because the cauliflower is going to cook really fast. I'm going to use olive oil in here. Just a little olive oil. This one, a little olive oil as well. Cauliflower. Now I want to show you how to make the cauliflower rice real quick. Okay? This is nice and hot. This is nice and hot, so I'm going to turn it on a little bit. Okay, I want to show you real quick the cauliflower. So I have a mandolin right here. Mandolin, you can get one of these to buy. This can be used for multiple use. There's tons of way that you can cut vegetables. So this is basically what I use for my cauliflower rice. I just use it like that. You see that? So I adjusted the blade and it gave me that cauliflower rice. Okay. All right, so we're gonna add our cauliflower straight in the pan, okay? Get All over here. Good. Okay. I'll let that cook for a little bit. Cabbage. Add our onions first. Yep, nice and hot. A little garlic. Nice and hot. Just gonna shake the pan around. So, okay, just shake it around. You get a little caramelization on it. Good. Not too much. Cabbage. We're gonna add the cabbage. Carrots. So you want to make sure that you stir that occasionally. Okay, I'm going to lower the flame. I want to burn the cabbage. All right. As you can see, it's cooking. Okay, I'm going to add a little bit of water to this. Just a little bit to give it a little steam to it. Just a little bit. Okay. See that? Give it some steam. I'm going to shake that around. Just move it around. Okay. This is just about done. I don't want to overcook it. Just want to give it a nice steam on it. Add the peppers. Salt. Okay, I'm going to add a little salt to this one as well. Okay. All right. Just move it around. All right. Let me get my pepper over here. Pepper, fresh pepper mill. Got peppercorn in here, so add a little pepper to that. Nice and colorful. Okay, this is just about done.